This is Kean, Piano 1. Very easy week. This is for the week of the 16th. There's nothing really new except one new piece and one new scale. So this gives you a chance to catch up on C scales, D scales, all the other music. So let's look at page 27. Page 27 in the handouts. In the key of G. Follow the leader, meaning exactly what you see. Scale, another scale, scale, another scale. But this time, they overlap. So you learn the hands separate as usual, and then just throw them together. It makes it a lot easier. But basically, here's what you want to hear as a final product. G, A, B. B, C, D. Now a scale down from D. Right hand. So the second line, the left hand's playing. Right hand's playing. But overlapped. Okay? It's simple in concept. Just do it a couple of times a day. You should be fine. 3-4 times a day you should have it. The rough and ready is simply an open fifth in F. And the only other thing you'll see beside the open fifth is that second. B flat and C. Make sure you always read the key signature. Make sure you know which clef you're playing in. Right now it seems like you're only playing in treble clef right hand, bass clef left hand. That's not so. Right now it is. But always check the clef out. You know what 4/4 time means. 4 beats in the measure. The quarter note gets a beat. So it's as simple as this. The open fifth, open fifth, open fifth. C alone and the second. That's the whole thing. You could probably learn this in one afternoon. Two. Open fifth, open fifth, 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 second, fifth. For those who haven't had music theory yet, a fifth is simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're playing the fifth note of the scale with the root of the scale. These are all fifths. Fifths. There's a second. 1, 2, second. So that's simple, very, very easy, and you have no other piece. Let me make sure I'm right. Yep. So this is the week of the February 16th, only we're adding page 27. Now, you've been working on C and D for a month. Now it's time to move on to E, which is at the bottom of the first page. E has 4 sharps, and it's a very easy to play scale, because the 2 sharps are together and the 2 sharps are together. So you play E, then there's F sharp, G sharp, cross your thumb under as always, and these 2 black keys are together too. So these are together, these are together. So it's E, F sharp, G sharp, 1, 2, 3, as always. I've said this to several people who are struggling with these scales, but they're only struggling because they're not practicing. If you practice, you'll see your C scale is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. D scale is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. E scale is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're all the same. So you learn the C scale first perfectly. If you can't play the C scale, you can't play D, you can't play E, you can't play anything. Here, G scale, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. A scale, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all the same. Fingers have got to learn how to be used. So the E scale, E, F sharp, G sharp, cross your thumb, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C sharp, D sharp. Now here's the part some of you think is very, very difficult. You just cross your thumb and you do it again. So you do it here and you do it here. Except you connect the thumb. 4th finger, not a pinky, 1. You save your pinky to end the scale. And that's just what I'm doing right now. Coming down is the opposite. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Some of you are struggling to cross to your fourth finger. You think it's 3. No, when you finish the octave, it's 4. Within the octave, it's 3. Always high fingers. Always high fingers. Left hand, again, identical to C major. Here's C, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross over, 3, 2, 1. E scale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. That's all there is to it. This is not very, very difficult. Scales are not difficult. You have to practice them. The hard part is to get them fast. You want to get scales fast if you're going to be a pianist. I don't think any of you or most of you won't become pianists. So we're not looking for big speed. We're just looking so you can do this. Just so you can put two hands together and play 2 octaves. Okay, next is the arpeggio on the second page on the last measure of the first system. Same exact fingerings. C major was 1, 2, 3. You crossed your thumb under, 1, 2, 3. Left hand was 5, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. So instead of that, the only difference is this is more like D. So the right hand is exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the left hand is 5, 3, 2. It's literally mirror image. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And here's what not to do. Find the notes as you go. Cover the keys. Cover every key you're going to play. And then when they're over, you just break them up. 2 octaves. This is the difficult part, no doubt about it, reaching for that 1 without doing this. Then you cover the same notes, 3, 2, 1. But when you cross, immediately cover the notes. Don't play. It's not note for note, it's a chord. You have to think chord-wise. When you make that E minor, 5, 3, 2, 1 becomes 5, 4, 2, 1. 5, 4. When you're playing white keys, they're always 5, 4, 2, 1. 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1. They're all 5, 4, 2, 1. So E minor would be just instead of this. Crossover. So in these arpeggios, 2 and 3 is playing, and 4 and 2 are playing. 2 and 3, and 4 and 2. And you'll just do that as you always do. Now the chords are just as always. Find your E major chord by taking the first, the third, 5th note of the scale. Lower the third, you get a minor. The symbol small m means minor. Diminished, the symbol circle means diminished. Augmented, the B becomes a B sharp, not a C, because we keep the alphabetical letter B there. By the way, when you play this chord, if that C were on the bottom, it would be a C augmented chord, because they're all major thirds. Now, E major 6th, you take the chord and you add the 6th note of the scale, C sharp. Minor 6th, you make it minor. Major 7ths, the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th note of the scale. If you lower that 7, it becomes a 7, a dominant 7. Lower the 3rd, you get a minor 7. Flat to 5, you get E minor 7, flat 5. And if you lower the top, it's a fully diminished 7 chord. All minor thirds. The E minor scale is simple. It's all white keys except for the F sharp. So, F sharp and all the white keys. White keys. White keys, F is sharp. Because E minor is the relative minor of G major. I hope you've all learned a relative minor in your theory class or in your general music. If you haven't, ask me. Just ask me on when I see you. So you play a C scale, a D scale, an E scale, an E minor scale, exact same thing. If you struggle on D or E, you don't know C. It's quite as simple as that. You've got to get C perfect in your fingers so that you can just do this while I'm talking to the camera. Your fingers just do it. So E minor, same fingerings. Threes are always together. Remember that? Threes are always together. Thumb crosses so we can continue the octave. The cross is always to 4. Threes are together. I see some really horrible fingerings, and most of them are really not smart at all, because when you're coming down and you have to cross over, and if you use 4, you'll see you can't land on 1. Here's a C scale. So when I come back down and I have a thumb here, you can't use 3, because then you can't do 3 here, and then you end up with your thumb on D. Just 1, when you cross over, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. They go in order. Here's something else I see all the time. 1, 3, 4, leaving off the one of the fingers. You always go right up the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right down the fingers. You wouldn't play 5, 4, 2, but I see it all the time. 5, 4, 3. If you want to, think of them as blocks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. E major. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And then just play the You must work on this. Scales are going to be about 50% of your grade. So don't go thinking this is just a little side thing we're doing indirectly. No, it's very important. You can't do piano 2 work. You can't do piano 2 work if your scales, if you don't know all your white key scales, piano 2 is all black key scales. You'll never do black key scales if you can't do white key scales. Many students in all my years there at Cambridge, it's 13 years and more, 14th year, have failed because they can't go to piano 2 because they can't play a C scale. It's as simple as that. So don't be silly, learn those scales, and I believe that's it for the week of February 16th. So page 27, and follow the leader, rough and ready. The E scale is major and minor with major, minor, diminished, augmented chords, and arpeggio. And that's it.